All right. It is today. It is the birthday of your hosts of the You Know What's Awesome podcast, September 29th. And the episode that just dropped is about Friday the 13th. And as you can see, I'm a bit of a fan. So I'm going to show off a little bit of show and tell some of the things that I have gotten over the years. Okay, most of this stuff you can find pretty run-of-the-mill. The Nika figures, the little 7-inch guys, and that's the boxes they come in. But a couple of things that are pretty neat. That is the Walgreens exclusive Part 2 Baghead Jason that came out last year. It was pretty hard to find, but I ended up finding it. You cut over here to the Part 5, the blue face mask that was worn by Roy Burns, the Scooby-Doo Jason in Part 5. That's a little bit hard to find. Goes for a little bit of cash, not too terribly much. Won't buy you a car or nothing, but it is kind of off the beaten path a little bit. And here's an almost perfect condition VHS of Part 5 that I found a while back. And if you listen to the episode, you'll hear us talk about this, what is to me an iconic cover. Standing in the video store, talking, thinking about what to rent, and you see that smiling face looking at you, and then I used to sit and stare. I don't know if I can get the autofocus to work properly, at Junior here getting his head lopped off by that machete. And yeah, so great movie it is not, but a good, awesome memory from me. Moving on, this is a little bit of a rare find. Did you know that the hard rated R, almost earning X rating, bloody, ultra-violent slasher series, Friday the 13th, actually had a series of essentially Goosebumps books written in the 90s, where Jason killed a bunch of teenagers, but they were written, it was a very, very short-lived series. There were like 3 or 4 books in the series before, I guess, somebody got mad enough to complain. But yeah, I've got one of those. They're pretty pricey out on the market. Moving down, that's some more of that just kind of run-of-the-mill stuff. Get over here. This was neat. I went over to the local comic book store one day, and they had this statue standing there, and I asked how much was the statue, and she told me he's free if you want to take him, because he was missing the head of his axe. So I took the free statue, and I came home and got a little bit of silver or gray Sculpey clay and made him an axe. And so now he stands there looking pretty badass all the time. And that brings us to the pride of the collection. This is all of the people who have played Jason Voorhees that I could get. So you start at the beginning, Part 1. There's Ari Lehman, first Jason. Tom Savini technically played Pamela Voorhees in a few scenes in Part 1. You go down here to Steve Dash, who played Jason in Part 2, and you see how it says the real Jason. That's because he was the stuntman that replaced the actor, Warrington Gillette, who got fired early on in Part 2, and Steve Dash played him all the way through. Part 3 was Richard Brooker. He unfortunately passed away years and years ago, so I didn't get him on this mask. But Part 4, that's Ted White right there in the corner there. Then we go over Part 5. That's Tom Morsha. He played Jason in the New Beginning. Part 6, C.J. Graham, perhaps one of the most popular Friday the 13th sequels out there. Then you cut over here to Kane Hodder. He played him 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come over here. Then you've got Ken Kersinger, who played him in Freddy vs. Jason. So the only one that I'm missing that is still living is Derek Mears, who played him in the 2009 reboot. And hopefully I will get to meet him at some point and finish out this collection. But hope you enjoyed this Believe It or Don't collection show off as a compliment to our episode on Friday the 13th, kicking off the 2020 spooky season. And yeah, show off your collections, guys. What have you got? Let's see them.